you trust your need to take a walk down the street while killers be killing and killing and killing. Nailsin News.
Well, for some reason, it wouldn't go over to Rumble. I don't know why. But them's the breaks. I got to use YouTube to make damn sure all this is working because I can't trust anything. Do it the same way. Everything's clicked. Everything's on. But there it is. Oh, look how pale I am. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Because the sunlight's coming through. I normally do these late at night, and I probably should have done it, but I don't know. I never got around to it's a long-winded story. Let's get through these Nailsin news stories so I'll feel like I did something. And that's really what it's all about. It is. Wait a minute. There's too many super tip logos in the way of the damn. There. You got to go. Hide. I said hide. There. It's gone now. Everything's fine. You're good. I'm good. We're all good. Let's be good together. Anyway, David, Sarah. Hi, Dave. Tolkien Study says, hello, Douglas. Oh, you mean me? Yeah, hello. All right. Oh, boy, am I in a mood. I had to do all kinds of stuff. I'm all pissed off. I'm not going to be able to get to sleep. And I figured, hey, could probably get one of these little stream thingamajigs going on and do that. You know, with some Nailsin news stories. I got a couple here. I was looking at it on my phone and stuff, and I was like, look at that. That might make something worthwhile. So anyway, after that, I'll give you a sneak peek at the cover of the next Doodleverse comics. It's done. All I got to do is send the files over to the printer. They got to send me a proof, and I'll check that and make sure everything looks like it's supposed to. And then I'll tell them, put it in the store. And then 5 years later, they'll say, hey, it's in there. Hopefully not that long, but yeah. Anyway, this one is going to be 40 pages long. Oh, yeah. So anyway, more on that later. Tolkien Study. Again, I am so pale, I will reflect the light back at the sun. Good Lord. Is it that bad? Oh, my God. Look at that. Okay, the truth is I died some time ago. I'm just a ghost, you know. Anyway, super tip, of course. Greatly appreciated. There's a variety of things you can do. You know, you can now the image thing is up. You can do that. You can do the voice tips. Oh boy, those are fun. You got a selection of voices you can use. And the image thing, you can even send one of your own. That's what I like to do with it. And there's an AI feature if you just want to have it help you out, make an image. Of course, if it's really disgusting and something that would get my channel immediately nuked, I won't be able to show it. But of course, I will react to it. I go, oh, look at that. Look at that. But other than that, that's all I can do. Yeah. And then, of course, the old-fashioned text message. You can do that, too. So the choice is yours. Tolkien Doug, have you read any of the absolute DC Batman universe? Yes, I have. And for what it is, it was interesting because it's just so nuts and over the top and all that. And that was really the appeal to it. But since they went hardcore political to the point of advocating murder of ICE officers and the like, I'm sorry. No, I'm done with that. Now, the Superman book had the best art of the three titles, Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman. But the story was just dull as all get out. However, it started to improve. Yeah, you love Scott Snyder. I'm not impressed. I'm not. Now he's done a lot of these things like what was it? Damn it. Metal did that series. And that was another one that was really over the top type stuff and all that. And it was kind of humor to it and all that. But, he's kind of run the course with it. But this one, he did a whole new thing and all that sort of stuff. But when you're going on and advocating for that kind, my patience for that is done. It doesn't mean the book isn't cool and has interesting takes on the characters and all that. Occasionally it did. I'm not crazy about new Venom Joker or whatever the hell that is, but whatever. The Superman book story-wise was weak, but it got better. Their weird take on Brainiac. I mean, Brainiac steals the show. That was that's crazy. Unfortunately, their current the cool artist, I don't know if he's off the book and moved on or what. The guy they got, he's not a bad artist, just not great for Superman, even this weird Superman. So I don't know. We'll see. Wonder Woman, on the other hand, is just the best of the three. Story-wise, it's intelligent. It's got a lot of great takes to it. The artist is probably the weakest of the batch you've had, and yet at the same time, that styling just seems to fit, with the overall aesthetic of it being Greek myth and all that sort of stuff. So there is that. They've had other artists come in who are better, just for action scenes and all that. But overall, Wonder Woman is the best of the absolute universe. The other titles, never mind. I just, wasn't interested. Give me the thing so I can read it. Tokens. Yeah, it was pretty political, especially the Superman by Jason, who I love his Thor. Yeah, I didn't read his Thor, but it's very commie leaning and stuff. Very childish and whatnot, but damn, that Brainiac issue, they just what a monster, Token Court of Owls metal, I really like. Court of Owls was interesting, it was something new at the time, it does beg the question of like, this has been going on all along and you just now found out and all that. So now in Absolute Batman, when he goes to Arkham and all that, I mean, it's still more over the top, I suppose, but it's kind of the same thing that Court of Owls did, where they broke him in the maze and all that sort of stuff, or tried to. Tolkien study, I think it got very messy with the multiverse and Infinite Jokers and what. Yeah, no, you saturate it with that, and Batman and Joker are like gods and all that sort of stuff. It's like, that's enough. And I absolutely despise to this day and hated the Batman Who Laughs. I don't need Cenobite Batman or whatever the hell that was supposed to be. I don't care. I like Absolute Martian Manhunter, pretty interesting. Yeah, I know, but it seems like it's just teasing and posing like it's something. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to get the collection. I got a couple of the issues, but I was like, I don't know. Frankfurt M. David Sarah is sniping. Damn it. Oh, well, it's bound to happen sooner or later. And I mean, hey, how is anyone going to know this show exists if other people don't see it? Token study. I agree. The Wonder Woman is very good. Yeah, it's really good. It's better than the regular Wonder Woman, which is stuck in the hands of that idiot Tom King. From Frankfurt NM. Tolkien, I love Batman's new Batmobile, which is like a building on. I know, but that's all a part of the, yeah, the size of Bane's ridiculous. Yes, that's the whole thing. It's just absurd. So there's a certain kind of comedy to it, despite how creepy and weird and sick the whole book is and everything. But yeah, just when you got people immersed in your story, don't kick them out. He kicked me out. So, yeah, no. Can't do that. Tommy Jordan. Hi, Doug. Big fan of your artwork and your addition to Pat Show. Why, thank you, Tommy. Tommy Jordan. I worked with a guy who used to date the original Wonder Woman. They met at Studio 54. You mean Linda Carter? Well, he got to, Linda Carter. Now, technically speaking, they did that TV movie before they did with Linda Carter. That was Kathy Lee Crosby, blonde Wonder Woman. She had a different outfit and everything. I don't know what they were doing, but that's what they did. And then, I don't know, a year or two after that, they got Linda Carter to do the TV show. And she looked like Wonder Woman. Yeah. Whatever. Studio 54. Yeah, that's where all the cool kids went to back in their bygone era we commonly referred to as the day. Tommy J. Hell yeah, that was his flex. LOL. Not for a long time, but a good. Oh yeah, he probably fondly remembers it from time to time. Ah yes, I was in her lasso. Okay, let me get to the Nutty Professor. The guy who created Wonder Woman worked on the polygraph. So there you go, the lasso of truth. Is there a connection? Well, it seems like it. Hey, we're going to make people tell, or at least see if they're lying. That's the main thing, But I don't really believe in it. You know why? Because they tried that on the Green River Killer. Because he was killing prostitutes and stuff. And then a lot of the prostitutes saying, hey, this guy, he's weird. You want to talk to him. So they brought him in and talked to him. And he's like, yeah, he's kind of in the vicinity and everything. And then they said, hey, would you take a polygraph? And he said, okay. He passed it. That is not inconclusive or anything like that. No, he passed it. And by then he had killed, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 women. And they said, all right, it's not him. And they let him go. Went on to kill 40 in total, probably more. So ever since I heard that story, I'm like, that stupid thing really work? Or is it just voodoo? I don't know. But my faith in it was greatly diminished. Nutty Professor who held machete to Post reporter's neck, tapped by New York City for $407,000 art installation called Piece of Junk. Oh, well, that's interesting. Good Lord. Look at that. Anyway, the unhinged CUNY professor who savagely held a machete to the neck of a New York Post reporter. Oh, I remember this story. Now has a permanent taxpayer-funded art installation in the Bronx. The New York City Department of Cultural Affairs ignored Shalane Rodriguez's infamous past by green-lighting a $407,000 budget for her 23-foot-tall brick, steel, and terracotta Marxist monstrosity called Phoenix Ladder, Monument to the People of the Bronx. And here's the charming lady. Lovely, huh? Yeah. It was unveiled in November along Grand Concourse and Morris Avenue, a little more than 2 years after she copped a wrist slap plea deal with Bronx prosecutors for her assault on veteran New York Post scribe Reuben Fenton. Yeah. Her name's not Larry Davis. Anyway, the permanent work commissioned by the city through the Percent for Art program is sandwiched in a thicket of residential buildings and hailed as a testament to the borough's resiliency after the arson spree during the tumultuous 1970s. Yeah, the 70s don't seem so all that tumultuous anymore, you know? Some things have happened since then. The monument, which already has cracks along its foundations, doesn't know how to lay brick, is adorned with images of the phoenix, a mythical symbol of rebirth, a series of piercing eyes, 4 clenched fists signifying black power / socialist solidarity, and the home borough letters B and X. On top of the structure is an ascending black ladder without an end. Never-ending ladder. Well, it ends. Well, there it is. Wow, cool, huh? Yeah. Yeah, you think she actually built that, or did, she just spent the money on some guys? Make it like a tower or some shit and put one of those phoenix birds on it and crap and put eyeballs and fists. Okay, so they did. If abolition is not solely about what we dismantle, but also about what we build in its stead, then what monuments or points of gathering will we, the collective body of the dispossessed who make life on the periphery of empire, make for ourselves as stewards of our own histories and futures? She told the hyperallergic. Hyperallergic? What is that, a magazine? In November. The installation was first commissioned in 2018 through the city's Percent for Arts program. Just 1%. It's too much. Which sets aside 1% of budgets for city-funded construction projects to create new artwork as part of a now completed $62.5 million reconstruction of the Grand Concourse. So it's a part of that? Someone could park there, now it's in the way. I wonder what these art pieces are. Oh, it's just trash? How can you tell? Oh, look, someone put their trash all over. Well, there you go. It's going to serve some purpose. Well, anyway, a panel of local elected officials, art experts, yeah, sure, and community board members chose Rodriguez, who pocketed $81,400. Oh, God, as 20% of the budget for each piece of art created through the Koch Koch administration era program is set aside to pay an artist fee. City officials said, yeah, it's a waste of money. You complain about money, you raise taxes and fees and all that crap. You're constantly doing that stuff, and yet you'll just toss it away. $81,000 to this violent nut. Bronx residents bashed the piece as a polarizing eyesore. Well, let's take a look. Ew. It's the eyes are flaming, I guess. See, there's the phoenix bird. At least she knew it was a bird. So there's that. And then the fists don't really, boy, that's kind of off. Or maybe it's meant to be smaller than, I don't know. And then the stupid eyes. Well, anyway, somebody who's violent, there's better people who should have been given the opportunity, said Frankie Santiago. It looks like a piece of junk. Well, I guess the money wasn't well spent. But the thing of it is somebody who could do better probably did. And they could sell it on their own. Yeah. Hey, how much for this? Yeah, that's the thing. The city paid for this before it was even created. Idiots. And now you're stuck with this crumbling piece of crap. But she got hers, It's a good scam. Anyway, if she's offensive like that and they're using taxpayer money and giving privileges, maybe we should rethink this, said Jose Lopez. Too late, Jose. Science, look, it's been going on for decades, but anyway, it looks kind of weird. Kinda. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, do they at least have t-shirts of it and stuff? Maybe they could make some. Oh, wait, it's already chipped away over here, too. See, it's supposed to be yellow. God, what cheap crap did you use? Oh, that's right. She pocketed a good chunk of it. So, although it was 80 she got, 81,000 out of the 400. Huh. Where did the money go? Anyway, the self-proclaimed black Marxist told Hyperallergic in November she conceptualized the piece 7 years earlier during a time when the memorialization of the violent foundations of the United States was collectively being called into question. Oh, yeah. Name a country that isn't violent. You can't. In May 2023, it was Rodriguez, 48, who showed her own violent foundation when Fenton knocked on her Bronx apartment seeking comment a day after the then Hunter College adjunct art professor made headlines for flipping out on pro-life students at the Manhattan-based CUNY campus. Get the fuck away from my door, or I'm going to chop you up with this machete, she shouted from behind her closed door just moments after Fenton identified himself. Well, there you go. There she is. This would be Fenton. There's the machete right up against his neck. And one swipe and, yeah. Well, look, maybe the place was a mess and she was like really embarrassed. And she's like, no, I don't look at my dirty house. No, I don't think so. Anyway, seconds later, Rodriguez barged out and put the blade to the reporter's neck. Get the fuck away from my door. Get the fuck away from my door. That's like some of those crazy trans videos where they're running around. Stay away from me. Stay away from me. And they keep chasing the guy as he's trying to leave. Stay away from me. Stay away from me. It's like, wait a minute. Are you ever going to figure that? Anyway, she raged before kicking Fenton in the shins and chasing a post photographer to his car after they left the apartment. You see, you wanted them to leave. They do, and you're still bitching. God. Anyway, her caught on camera meltdown made page 1 of the Post with the headline, "The Nutty Professor." Well, that's one way to put it. Rodriguez pled guilty in October 2023 to a count of menacing, a misdemeanor, and to a harassment violation. She's threatening to kill the man. She put a weapon to his throat. Hey, what if he had done it to her? What do you think? Yeah. Uh-oh. Well, look, looks like this thing isn't going to last long. So there's the good news. Jeez. $400,000. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, she was immediately fired from her gig at Hunter after the attack. Well, that's something. But dodged jail time and a criminal record through a sweetheart deal brokered by Bronx prosecutors and approved by Democratic Judge Dan Quart. A quart of Dan by completing counseling, yes, and staying out of trouble for a year. Now, come on, Shalene, whatever the hell her name is. Don't put any more machetes at people's necks. Anyway, in February 2024, she was axed. Oh, my God. Oh, from another teaching gig at Cooper Union for anti-Israel screeds. Her website doesn't highlight any current projects. Well, she's doing all right. She's got $80,000 in her pocket for throwing together a piece of crap. So, don't worry about her. She's going to be fine. The NYC Department of Cultural Affairs refused to comment about Rodriguez's outrageous headline making past. No, they just got her a deal, putting some piece of crap together, you know. Look, if you know the right people, it's a sweet grift, but you got to know somebody, which she did. The agency also ignored questions about whether it considered pulling the award before construction began after a smirking Rodriguez was arrested in May 2023 and slapped with harassment and menacing charges for threatening to chop Fenton up. Instead, the agency said that criminal background checks aren't part of the percent for arts commissioning process. Because, yeah, there's quite a few convicts that they'll give the money to. But it follows city procurement rules to select responsible contractors. And by responsible, she's a proud communist. So, you know, they're really going to like that. The agency brushed off concerns about the cracks and fissures already marking the monument's foundation. It's all a part of the performance, you understand? Public artwork is routinely inspected, and weather-related wear and tear is common, especially after a harsh winter. Any necessary maintenance is typically done once the winter season has passed. Yeah, the taxpayer's going to fund that too, huh? God, just let it crumble so you can get rid of it. Anyway, Rodriguez declined comment when approached from a distance outside her Bronx home. Yeah. Well, not a professor at the moment, but boy, did she find a new bag, huh? She sure did. She sure did. Yeah. The Tower of Idiot Babbling. What else could it possibly be? But it's art. Hey, only stupid people don't understand that. And you're stupid. You don't understand art. Dr. Scotty Jones says, if you believe it, it's not a lie. That's true. You know? I mean, he was there. He knew he had murdered those women, but he told himself, did I really? I don't think I did. And there you go. He passed. Tolkien's study of the art world is full of con artists. Yes, that's true. That's actually the art of the era. I mean, you can screw people out of their money and stuff and lie to them, tell them, hey, you've won the Nigerian lottery. You're a multi-millionaire, but I'm going to need $10,000 for processing stuff. Oh, well, let me get on that. That kind of thing. Or, hey, look, I'm a brilliant artist. This is my latest work. I call it, I don't know, loafer with dog shit on it, nailed to the wall. You can have it for $5,000. You know, and he's like, you want to be the envy of your friends, don't you? Well, I got to have that dog shit shoe. And so he gets it. And sometimes that really works. Next thing you know, everybody wants your shitty shoes. You just can't get enough of them to meet the demand. Dr. Scotty Jones, you convince yourself that you are telling a true story with confidence. There's a lot of people who are capable of that. The best liars are able to lie to themselves and convince themselves. Tolkien study, but there is a lie. And believe. Good God, it was there all along. Really makes you think. Tolkien study, yes, she looks pleasant. Ah, yes. So, you know. It's Dr. Scotty Jones, tumultuous. Tumultuous. Oh, yes. I was close. Yeah. Tolkien study. This sounds like every sociology class I took at Amherst. Yeah, all they do is crying about, oh my God, the Empire. We'll leave, you know. Yeah. The Empire. Jaundice eyeballs. Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be flames and stuff, but yeah, maybe that's it. It's all liver disease. Dr. Scotty Jones, Fenton Muley. St. Ranger, hi, St. Ranger. Maybe Nutty Machete Professor can approve of a licensed machete she recommends. Oh, yeah. As the best workplace machete in city colors. See? Right there. St. Ranger is already more creative than the Nutty Professor. Direct 13, high fashion machete. Yeah. See, she could have done a whole thing of machetes. And New York would have footed the bill. That would have been hilarious. At least that would be funny. But I mean, you saw her face. Ain't nothing funny in her world. Direct 13, the shins of the neck. Where do you want it? Oh, I've already lost track. The shins or the neck. Where you? Oh, that's what he. Yeah. That's what he told him. And he said, "Well, I'll take it in the shins." And then he was able to leave. So I don't know. Maybe it was a dull blade or something like that. That might have been a mitigating circumstance. And they decided, hey, you know what? You're good. By the way, you want to make some art? We'll give you $400,000 for it. All right, then. So, yeah. Sure, why not? I mean, hell, even I would do it. For the money. Now we go into the dark, dank realm of politics. Oh, good Lord. Oh, no. Oh, well, what are you going to do? It's always there. Oh, yeah, this is a terrible story. But then, boy, there's a twist to it, Representative Tony Gonzalez asked staffer who set herself on fire for a sexy pic in racy ditty for text. Now, look, he didn't ask her after she set herself on fire, and she didn't live long after she did that. This happened before that, and probably part of the reason she ended up in the mental state she was in to result in that end. Representative Tony Gonzalez, Republican Texas, asked an aide to send me a sexy pic before attempting to discuss her preferred sexual positions in May 2024. Text messages obtained by the Post. The suggestive messages between Gonzalez and Regina Santos Avali. I'm sorry, I'm never going to get it right. Who burned herself to death in the backyard of her home 16 months later. Were released by her widower, Adrian Avalis, I guess. I'm not sure. So obviously, this was his wife. She's having an affair with her boss, the congressman, and he's got her phone. And he said, look at this. What an asshole he is, after she did herself in with fire. So it says, send me a sexy pic. Gonzalez asked Santos shortly after midnight on May 9th, 2024. So there it is. Come on, send me a sexy pic. So this is going too far, boss, Santos replied. He replies, what do you like? Anal? Before requesting pictures of the mother of one, adding in a subsequent message, I'm just such a visual person. Jeez. Say, how do you talk to girls and break the ice, Please tell me you didn't just hire me because I was hot, Santos responded, to which the Republican representative answered, never. So here he is hanging out with Elon, That's him. And I don't know, he seems disturbed. I guess that's her. Yeah, that's her. So anyway, favorite position, Gonzalez pressed, to which Santos responded, yours first. On top, pinning your legs, the congressman wrote. This is too far, Tony, Santos said. Go to sleep. Are you sure you're sober? No, I just don't like taking. Oh, it's her. The text messages were extracted from Santos' cell phone by a forensic team working with Adrian to expose her conversations with the congressman. Reps for Gonzalez campaign and congressional office did not immediately respond to requests for comment. The lawmaker is seeking a fourth House term, and faces a closely contested primary on March 3rd. During my 6 years in Congress, not a single formal complaint has been levied against my office. Now, days away from an election, coordinated political attacks reign in. It won't work. Yeah, but you're asking her for anal, you know? So, this was going on. Halfway through early voting, and the intensity resides with TG voters. I'd rather be us than them. Avails responded, I don't think anyone would rather be you. You're a home-wrecking, perverted, sick man, Tony. Zero remorse, zero accountability, just denial, deflection, lies, and playing the victim. This isn't coordinated political attacks. This is exposing the real Tony Gonzalez. This is tragedy you helped create, and you refuse to own it. Avils continued, I'm sure others stayed silent in fear of your power, but I fear no man but God. My 8-year-old son will grow up knowing what a real man of honor looks like. Then it's not you, Tony. There he is with his adoring wife. I wonder what she thinks. I'm exposing your disgust as my duty to him and in memory of Regina, who deserved better than your abuse of power. You don't deserve the responsibility of being a congressman or a leader. Texans deserve a leader with integrity, not a coward. Viles also called on President Trump to withdraw his December endorsement of Gonzalez for re-election. So, doesn't look good for the campaign, does it? Avils and his attorney, Bobby Barrera, had been seeking a settlement of up to $300,000 under the Congressional Accountability Act for alleged sexual harassment and workplace retaliation his late wife suffered while working in Gonzalez's Uvalde district office. Santos Avils, 35, lit herself on fire on September 13th, 2025, and died the next day of her injuries. Authorities and a county medical examiner later ruled the death a suicide. Well, yeah. So the message, she's like, hey, you're going too far with this stuff. Come on now, and all that kind of stuff. But there must have been an affair or something, wasn't there? I mean, she just couldn't handle the guilt and stuff like that. And he just kept pressuring her and she gave in. I don't know. But, something's going on there. I mean, and of all the ways to do that, I mean, holy crap. And of course, Tony, he's just looking to get some, he had no idea this was going to happen. And he's like, whoop. But then what does he do? Is like, oh my God, what have I done? I got to rethink my life and all this sort of crap. Instead, he just lies. Nothing happened. Well, something happened now. So, you need to clean house over there and get somebody in as soon as possible so that you can keep this seat. Can't afford to have these irresponsible morons leaving it wide open for the demon crap party. Get your shit together. Dr. Scotty Jones says she was hot. Well, yeah. Dr. Scotty Jones, what's your favorite sexual position? The firefighter. Oh my God. Saint Ranger, he is a perv. He should hire some woman. He was cheap. He couldn't separate work from trying to bully his employee. The cheap guy should have found some gold digger who would be his con artist match. Yeah, well, he wanted her instead, And he thought, hey, what's the big deal? Come on. And, didn't work out that way, did it? people should be, more responsible about things. Especially when you're going to be some sort of leader and all this type of thing. And he says, hey, put me in a position of authority. I'm a responsible. Yeah, okay, well. Well, let's see here. American Idol alum Caleb Flynn, charged with murdering wife, holds back tears in court as mugshot is revealed. Okay, well, oh, there it is. I don't know. I didn't really keep up with American Idols. I don't know who this idiot is, but whatever. Former American Idol contestant Caleb Flynn held back tears in his first court appearance on murder charges in the fatal shooting of his wife, Ashley. I am not a risk, Flynn said during the hearing in Miami County Municipal Court. The one-time reality television contestant appeared remotely and told the judge he just wanted to take care of his daughters. There he is. I just want to go, oh, man. His lawyer entered a plea of not guilty on Flynn's behalf and asked for a preliminary hearing to be scheduled later this month. Flynn was arrested on February 19th after authorities said he shot and killed Ashley in their Ohio home while their two daughters were asleep. Yeah, she's cute, Yeah. Oh, that's from America. Jeez. Was he really into women? Cops say Flynn tried to stage the murder as a home invasion burglary gone wrong. Ashley was found with at least one gunshot wound to the head and 2 spent shells on the floor. A mugshot showed an exhausted-looking Flynn with bags under his eyes and a dour expression. He's being held on $2 million bond. So, there he is, younger, happier days. Here he is later in married life, but all smiles. And now here's the story today. So I don't know. It's not a lot of details. Hey, maybe someone did break in and shot her, I don't know. I mean, if it's his gun, if his fingerprints are on it, then, yeah, he probably did it, But that's the thing, they'll always tell you, like, always suspect the spouse, especially the husband. So, So that's one of those to be continued. And, everybody notices, hey, that guy was on American Idol. Did he win? Did he do anything? I mean, I guess he sang, right? Oh, well, whatever. He's in a lot of trouble now. Why did it go to that one? Wait a minute. Did I just... Holy crap. Did it show the right one? Wait a minute. That really freaked me out. Why did it... I got to look at some business here. Yeah, it's the wrong one. Holy crap. How did it do that? Now I got to do it all over again. How is it like that? Holy crap. Well, I told you this story. I don't want to look at this idiot again. Yeah, it's the first one on top. How did it go to the way over there? That is weird. See, that's what it was supposed to be. Not the spy story. Hey, it's American Idol Caleb Flynn. He's like, oh shit. No, he's crying and all this stuff. There's his wife. Like I said, she's cute. There's he from his American Idol days. Looks, a little Fruity, if you ask me. Anyway, there you go. He's stuck there. Needs to post $2 million to get out. I don't know. Did he become a big pop star? No. Well, then he doesn't have the money for it. Jeez. Damn it. I hate that crap. Because, especially since, I don't know how that happened. I'm talking about my misfortunes with Evie Mux here. Well, let's see what happens. See if I can get this next one. Goodbye, American Idol. Might as well go ahead and do the spy story. Because, that's all you saw on the screen. Good Lord. Why does everything have to be so, so? Love-struck suspected Moscow mole in New York City tells FBI agent, catch me, baby, only to land behind bars. Oh, well, damn it. See, you try to have a good time and someone ruins it. So, yeah, love-struck suspected Moscow mole from Brooklyn who tried to infiltrate U.S. political and media circles has pled guilty to lying to the feds after drunkenly texting an FBI agent. Catch me, baby. Bleached blonde, 35-year-old Nama Zarabina was originally busted in November 2024 on charges she fibbed about her dealings with Kremlin spies and was freed on bail until her flirty late-night messages to the G-Man surfaced, and she landed behind bars in December. Damn, right in time for Christmas? So, yeah, catch me, babies. Arbrina texted to the federal agent an apparent unrequited love interest one day at 4:17 a.m. last September in a bizarre string of missives nearly a year after her arrest. I'm so bad, she wrote the same night. In a thread, she confessed she sent while drinking heavily. Well, there you go. She's texting while drunk. It happens. So there she is, trying to look American, catch me. Why is it blanked out? So many Russians and prostitutions in Manhattan. What is they work? So still hadn't really mastered English just yet. But anyway, a judge repeatedly warned her to stop texting the agent. But Zarabina continued to message him. Wow, she really wants this dude, including 65 more times during a single night in November 2025, telling him, I love you. And then after not receiving a reply, calling him a bitch. Jeez, from one extreme to the other. Well, they say there's a thin line between love and hate, In the texting, the Russian native also name-dropped Maria Butina, an admitted Russian agent who served 15 months in prison for infiltrating conservative networks to influence U.S. Republican politics. I guess Butina got more attention, she huffed to the agent. So Butina's hotter, huh? Yeah, probably. Well, anyway, Zarabina, who has been living in the sheep shed Bay, Brooklyn, before being sent to jail, also texted the FBI agent alongside a photo of herself guzzling a glass of red wine while wearing a cowboy hat. The alleged Moscow mole confessed during summer 2024 meetings with the FBI that she'd been working for the Kremlin since December 2020 under the code name Alyssa, according to a federal complaint unsealed in Manhattan federal court. Russian agents had asked her to network in Washington, D.C., think tanks with the U.S. military community and journalists. No, it's FBI. No, fuck you. Third party answered it already. You piece of shit. Monkeys, American flags. What are you doing in your office? Just sit, just seat. Catch me, baby. Yeah. Her handlers allegedly asked her how to contact some of her connections, whom they planned to invite to Russia to convert to the Russian way of thinking. She ended up convincing several Capitol Hill power brokers to pose with her for photos. The head of a DA based nonprofit advocating for a free and democratic Russia told the Post. Dmitry Valuev, president of Russian America for Democracy in Russia, said his organization had flagged Zarabina as suspicious for years before her arrest and tracked her work for a shady Russian nonprofit as their representative to the UN. The FBI first met with Zarabina in October regarding a probe into her close friend Elena Branson, who was indicted in for allegedly spreading Russian foreign influence through an organization called the Russian Center New York. Branson fled to Moscow during the probe and is still at large. Well, she's safe in Moscow, probably. Zarabina told the feds that she worked for Branson, but denied having any contact with Russian spy agents. Well, it sounds like Branson was the spy. Anyway, during interviews in 2021, 2022, and 2023. See, here she is doing a selfie and being cute. Look at me. Giggle, tee-hee. But the reputed Russian snoop finally came clean during meetings in June and July 2024, which she now says she only sat for because she caught feelings for the FBI agent. Whoa, maybe this whole thing is just her play acting. So that's her story. I was just telling him what he wanted to hear because I was so in love, Yeah. Or maybe it's just both. He influenced me. I don't know how to explain that, but my life became so different after I met him, she told a judge at one point. It is not something bad. It's not something negative, but it's obviously that he just controlled me emotionally. But Zarabina told the court that she understood communicating with the FBI because they actually work the same as Russians work. They frame people. They build cases, My love, covert intelligence is the best because we could take a risk and loved you. There she is getting drunk in her cowboy hat again. Anyway, she insisted that she was not a spy despite her admitted contact with Russian espionage agents. My life now seems like a tragedy because I get almost everyday threats from many people from many countries who think that I was a spy, but they don't know the whole story. After hearing Zarabina out, Judge Laura Swain ruled that she'd breached the conditions of her release on $20,000 bond by continuing to drink booze and harassing the agent despite repeated warnings to stop. I hear the pain you're in, and I hear the trouble and the conflict that's led us here today. But you're not helping yourself, honey. You're not stopping this conduct, sweetie. What the hell is that? She broke the rules. Deal revoked. Good Lord. Federal prosecutors separately accused Zarabina in April 2025 of participating in a scheme to transport women to engage in prostitution at an unidentified massage parlor in East Brunswick, New Jersey. Charges there that she also mentioned during one of her drunken tirades to the FBI agent. Hey, look, she was drunk. That doesn't count. Zarabina pled guilty to 2 counts of making false statements, both to the FBI about the Russian spy contacts and to immigration officials by falsely stating on a naturalization application that she'd not been involved in prostitution. She faces up to 10 years in prison at her sentencing. Her public defender lawyers, who did not return to request a comment, told the court that she'd been living in Brooklyn while the case was pending and had been the primary caretaker of her young daughter. So she's got a child and she's doing this crap. She's expected to be deported as a result of the felony conviction. Oh, yeah. I mean, you can wear a cowboy hat all you want and stand in front of the American flag, but who do you think you're fooling? You know, it'd be hilarious if it turns out the agent's gay. Oh, jeez. What a complicated world you live in, you know. The spying world. But, you know, falling in love was never a part of the plan. But there it is. Oh, no. Oh, no. Let's see here. Rubbish bin. Evie Mux, don't have a meltdown over it. Oh, yeah. I assumed you're using OBS. Well, I am. I'm using both. I'm setting up my OBS for today's stream at 3. Never used Evie Mux. All I hear is problems from you and Karmic. I don't know what problems Karmic's having, but I mean, this time around, I don't know what just happened. That was weird. I've never seen that before. It puts up I choose the article to read and it puts up another one. And that was strange. Previously, it's just, I'm really spooked by the audio because, I mean, time and time again, I do everything and it wouldn't work. The next time I do the same thing and it works. I don't know. That was weird. So far, it's been pretty good about that. So, you know, knock on wood and all that. Rubbish bin, sheep's head will get you. A sheep's head, silly guy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but didn't it have it had an A in it, didn't say sheep? I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Token study looks like that BX chick, Bronx chick. Got to wonder how many are there. Well, a lot. A token study, she, not should. She looks like the spy? I mean, the Bronx chick I thought was like the nutty, the nutty professor, right? So I don't know who I don't know. I guess I'm all screwed up and don't know. Saying Raider, Russia supposedly really excels at using spies that use sex. I realize all countries probably do, but Russia and Israel are the two countries that use the best, and other countries electronic. Like androids? Good Lord. Saying Raider, I wish there was a Grok AI plugin that would redraw a picture and accurately depict everything under the clothes or armor. And in her photos, that gal always has a Russian Makarov pistol under. Yeah, but I think she was just there to recruit whores and Johns and stuff, you know. Rubbish says, I used to watch you with Conti, Kinsel, and Levy. Glad to see you streaming here. Yeah, those were the days. That was some fun time. And especially Kinsel's Corner. I could never get enough of that. That's a guy who's got stories. Oh, yeah, I only did this one because it's so stupid. Might as well. Better make Dan double check. Yeah, that's the one. All right. Ex-British ambassador to U.S. Peter Mendelsohn arrested. An Epstein probe. In a case similar to ex-Prince Andrew. Boy, all of a sudden, people are getting busted. Jeez, did somebody say something? Former British ambassador to the U.S., Lord Peter Mendelsohn, who was fired over his ties to Jeffrey Epstein, has been arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office. I wonder what kind of misconduct. Anyway, the ex-diplomat 72 was seen being led out of his London home by cops after he was accused of leaking sensitive British government intelligence to the pedophile financier. You see, you say it like that, it's like he finances pedophilia. No. He was a pedophile who was also a financier. You say, yes, how you got to put it like that. Mandelson, who infamously appeared in the Epstein files in just his underwear and a T-shirt, well, he looks a little over the stony-faced as he was put in the back of an unmarked car. Oh, dear. Oh, damn. Oh, let's just get on with it. Oh. Mandelson, the UK business secretary at the time, allegedly tipped off Epstein about potentially market-sensitive decisions, according to several email exchanges. See, there's other crimes besides all the, underage stuff and all that. It's like, no, he was giving him insider information. And I think Prince Andrew's that's what the charges are on him on this as well, not just all the, the girls and stuff. So, but he's probably thinking, that's just what's done. We all do that. What's the point of holding office if you can't, cheat? The case is similar to the one that led to the arrest of King Charles III's brother, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, the ex-Prince Andrew. Andrew is accused of sending sensitive information to Epstein while he was working as a trade envoy. Officers searched the former Labour politician's home in the early North London district of Camden, as well as Wiltshire, southwest England. So here they are in happier days. Oh, look, it's happy birthday for Jeffrey, I guess. I don't know who this idiot is. Oh, maybe it says. Nope. And then here we have an unidentified woman. And oh, look, it's Mendelsohn in his tidy whities. Jeez. Probably a thong. I can confirm that officers from the Met's Central Specialist Crime Team are in the process of carrying out search warrants at 2 addresses, one in the Wiltshire area and another in the Camden area, said Deputy Assistant Commissioner Haley Stewart. The searches are related to an ongoing investigation into misconduct in public office offenses involving a 72-year-old man. Yeah, it's him, right? Mendelson's alleged close ties to Epstein have sparked turmoil in the UK, with many calling on under fire Prime Minister Keir Starmer to resign. Oh, he's under fire. Right. To resign over his role in appointing him to the role of U.S. ambassador. Yeah, probably so. It's like, well, I had no idea he was doing this sort of thing. But again, Mendelson's like, come on, we all do it. Wait a minute. Isn't Starmer like in the Conservative Party, but he puts a Labor guy in there? Man, see, it really doesn't matter who you vote for. Starmer has claimed Mendelson lied to him about the depth and darkness of his relationship with the Wall Street sex offender. Really? Critics say Starmer never should have appointed the powerful former government minister who served under 2 previous Labor prime ministers, given his ties to Epstein. His arrest comes just days after the former Prince Andrew was detained on suspicion of misconduct in public office on his 66th birthday. Oh, man. What a birthday, huh? Happy birthday, Andy. Oh, by the way, you're under arrest. Yeah. So they probably did that on purpose, It's like, you know what would be funny? If we showed up on his birthday and busted him. I mean, come on. Even he would get the joke in that, huh? And I guess that's what they did. Oh, well, there you go. But it was about money, not about, Rubbish bin 66. Remember when a blue dress was the biggest thing? No kidding. Those were innocent times. Saint Ranger, my dad taught me early, best way to not get in trouble later. Don't do stuff you know you shouldn't. Same with lying. A person who doesn't lie can always answer a question without wondering. That's right. The thing about lies is they pile up because you got to make cover for the previous one, and after a while, you can't keep track. And then, wait a minute, you said, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. It really ties your intestines in knots, and that doesn't feel good. Tolkien study, even in that show, The Crown, he's a seedy character. More seed than, yeah. Saint Ranger, what lie they told before? Yeah, you can't keep track of it. And that's how they get you. But really, you get yourself in that situation, you know. It's all really kind of stupid. And yet, they do it all the time. Probably most of the time, they get away with it, you know. Hopefully, by the time this comes out, I'll be long dead, pushing up the daisies. Oh, just as long as I have fun. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Naked man on drugs flees scene of hit and run crash in bizarre video. Well, I guess so. Do they have the video? It's just a black square here. Damn it. A naked hit and run suspect who was allegedly on drugs. I mean, you can assume so, I guess. Fled the scene of a crash in East Hollywood in an incident caught in wild footage as he sprinted away wearing nothing at all. Footage obtained by ABC 7 Eyewitness News shows a man holding a t-shirt. Maybe he should have put it on. While running naked from the crash site, where multiple Los Angeles Fire Department vehicles were parked following the collision. Authorities say the man caused the crash before fleeing, startling bystanders as he ran down the street. Hey, wait a minute. What? Well, there he goes. Naked man. There he goes. Yep. Oh, here's a video. Oh, that's right. You got to do the, damn YouTube. I mean, I guess you could say put it on. No, never mind. The incident occurred February 19th at the intersection of Normandy Avenue and Santa Monica Boulevard in East Hollywood. Multiple people were injured, but not the naked guy. Well, he's the one that caused the accident. He was going through a red light. He ran out of the vehicle naked. He was on drugs. It looked like he was homeless. Witness Ramondo Taylor told the station. Police said one person was transported to a hospital in critical condition. The suspect was later arrested, and authorities believe he was under the influence at the time of the crash. He faces possible felony hit and run and DUI charges. Well, what about indecent exposure? Yeah. Well, I guess he is homeless. He was probably living in the vehicle. But why no clothes? Unless, he was doing something in the car, wasn't he? Is this? There's another picture. Don't shoot it off. Ah, well. Is that it? Yeah, it is. All right. Well, all right. There you go. Naked man. But they got him. And they do have clothing in the jail for naked men and everybody else. And you'll all fit in. You won't have to feel bad that you don't have the cool clothes on, because no one does. You know, just hopefully you like orange, you know. Naked. Look, I don't know what you're going to do. Just don't do it naked. Saint Ranger, I would not want to drive naked through town. Yeah, I know. I mean, what the hell? I mean, your bare ass is, oh, man. What the heck? Is he rushing to go skinny dipping at the city pool in Naked Town? There's a Naked Town? I mean, if you're going skinny dipping, you strip down when you get to the water. Yeah. I can't wait. Besides, it's still, I mean, it's California. Isn't it still kind of chilly out, you know? I don't know. So he was probably, like they said, on drugs, all that good stuff, fun stuff, whatever. And, you know, just wasn't at his best. So these things do happen. It's unfortunate, somewhat embarrassing. But, oh, God, he put somebody in critical condition. So screw that idiot. Screw him. Feds won't charge Labor Secretary Lori Chavez DeReamer's husband with sex assault crimes after allegations. At least one of the alleged incidents occurred when Dr. Sean DeReamer was caught on an office security camera giving a prolonged hug to one of the women. But prosecutors in the D.C. U.S. Attorney's Office have declined to file charges after reviewing the video footage. Based upon the evidence presented to this office in relation to the video, there is no indication of a crime, a spokesperson for the D.C. U.S. Attorney Janine Pirro said. So the spokesperson, okay. So I guess that's the husband, and that's Labor Secretary Lori. So the Federal Protective Service, Department of Homeland Security sub agency, which investigates crimes committed inside government buildings, also declined to pursue the case last month. The two female Department of Labor staffers alleged the sexual misconduct amid a broader probe of the hostile work environment fostered by Chavez DeReamer and her senior aides, as well as other misconduct amid her official duties. D.C. police later visited the secretary's office amid their own investigation that also reviewed the footage of the purported assault captured on camera. Staff were told to exit briefly on February 5th while a Metropolitan Police Department officer entered. An MPD detective had opened the case on January 24th, in which the unidentified female employee was said to have been forced into sexual contact against her will. A misdemeanor sex abuse charge. MPD's investigation into this matter has concluded. So ultimately, the only evidence was this camera footage of him hugging this woman. I mean, did he grab her ass or her boobs and stuff? Yeah. Other than that, I don't know what you're going to do with it. Boy, Cash looks really upset about it. He's like, oh, no. I don't know. Anyway, DeReamer, a Portland, Oregon-based anesthesiologist, was subsequently barred from the building. If Mr. DeReamer attempts to enter, he is to be asked to leave, read a building restriction notice. DeReamer's attorney, James Bell, said that his client categorically, unequivocally, and emphatically denies each and every one of the allegations. The misconduct complaint filed with Department of Labor's Office of Inspector General claimed the cabinet official had her chief of staff, Ji-Hun Han, and Deputy Rebecca Wright make up official trips for personal reasons. Chavez DeReamer was also accused of drinking in her office during the workday and pursuing an inappropriate relationship with a member of her security detail. So they're both chasing other people, huh? Evidence was later uncovered that Chavez DeReamer, 57, had taken subordinates to a strip club in her home state of Oregon while on a taxpayer-funded official trip, prompting an inquiry into the secretary's conduct by Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley. Han, Wright, and the security guard were all placed on administrative leave in January, with several additional complaints submitted amid the probe by Inspector General Anthony Desposito. Those cited the secretary's aides continuing to exert improper influence over junior staff, even after the investigation started, with both Han and Wright being accused of bullying and belittling Department of Labor employees. Okay. Wright was also outed amid the probe for having taken a shot at President Trump, according to two sources, one of whom is a current Department of Labor employee. We don't care how POTUS looks, she told staff in a meeting last year, and we don't care what the White House tells us to do. We only care that the secretary looks good. The White House has stood by Chavez DeRemer, with Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt telling reporters that Trump is aware of the internal investigation and thinks that she's doing a tremendous job at the Department of Labor on behalf of American workers. He's like, yeah, what she said. She's like, see, told you. In the week since the probe launched, the Labor Secretary has attended cabinet and White House events, continued her tour of American states that led to some of the travel fraud accusations, done a media hit, and even attended $2,500 per ticket fundraising dinner for Representative Bill Wazinga. A flyer for the February 11th event emphasized that Chavez DeRemer was a special guest, and the appearance is not a solicitation of funds. In this case, the Department of Labor's Office of Inspector General believed it had a conflict of interest and could not investigate. A Department of Homeland Security spokesperson said in a statement, I don't know. Anyway, statement, when consulted, DHS informed Dahl and that there is an existing process to be followed according to OIG conflicts and recommended that Dahl and OIG follow that process. Representatives for Dahl and the White House did not reply to requests for comment. It's a hoax. I don't know. Is she a naughty girl? Is he a touchy-feely guy? I mean, they got footage of him hugging a woman, but if that's all there is, you can't say he committed a sex act on one of the staffers. So, I don't know. As for her, taking him to a strip club, I don't know. Whatevs. But there you go. There's that little soap opera. Is there anything to it? Well, they're saying no. So, what are you going to do? St. Ranger said, Jake, what did you expect? It's Chinatown. I mean, Naked Town. Yes. Yeah, he's like, what the hell was that guy? Jake, it's Naked Town. Oh, yeah. I wonder if that guy's name is Jake. Anyway, final story. Oh, yeah, I remember this guy because he was the original Reed Richards in the first Fantastic Four movie. Well, okay, the one that never got seen until it was bootleg, the Roger Corman one. Not that guy. This is the one they did for Fox, I believe, in the early 2000s. But he's having some troubles with the ex, And I never did learn, is his name just Ian or is it Ione? I don't know. Ione Grufford claims ex-wife Alice Evans threatened to Amber Heard him as dramatic trial kicks off. I wonder if it means she threatened to poop in the bed. Ione Grufford testified that his ex-wife Alice Evans threatened to destroy his career by making false, explosive accusations against him. The Fantastic Four stars trial against Evans kicked off Monday, in which he's asking the court to renew the restraining order that he and his new wife, Bianca Wallace, had against Evans. They claim Evans has stalked them and trashed them online. In court, Gruffud claimed his ex-wife threatened to destroy him and his career by Amber Hearding him. The Daily Mail reported Gruffud was referring to the Johnny Depp suing Heard for $50 million for defaming him in a 2018 Washington Post op-ed about abuse. which he won. Yeah, that was a great day. What a bitch. And she's now known as Amber Turd because she left a big whopper in the bed. Yeah. Yeah. And then claimed a little, Chihuahua did it, but it was like a mountain of turd. It was more turd than the dog could have contained in his little body. Anyway, there's the couple in happier times, Anyway, the actor described one alleged incident in which he dropped off their kids' daughters Ella, 16, and Elsie, 12, after a scheduled visit. And Evans loudly berated him and yelled obscenities at the top of her lungs. She said she was going to destroy me and she was going to Amber Heard me, he said in court, according to the outlet. Then she said to the girls, if daddy is ever weird or creepy with you in a physical way, please let me know. She accused me of being a child molester, a pedophile, and a drug addict, he also claimed. She said I was out of my mind on sex and drugs and millennials. The actor, 52, said he was disturbed by the lengths Evans was willing to go to denigrate him. Well, if she said I'm going to Amber Heard you, look how it worked out for Amber Heard, huh? Dummy. That didn't work out. I mean, it did for a while. Johnny Depp was getting fired for movies and stuff, but, well, yeah. What a turnaround, huh? Well, anyway, Grafud claims Evans, 57, told him, you won't be an actor, baby. You'll just be begging for money. He shared, I was anxious that she would use my public image to create a scandal bigger than Brad and Angelina. I found that to be incredibly threatening. Grafud claims Evans' threats extended to Wallace, 33, whom he married in April 2025. She said she was going to create a false crime that Bianca perpetrated and she would be deported, he claimed, alleging she put a private detective on Wallace. Representatives for Grafud and Evans didn't immediately respond to Page 6's request for comment. Hey, you can see right through that shirt. Yeah. Starting to get a gut there. Yeah. Anyway, the exes split in 2021 and their divorce was finalized in 2023. Back in October 2021, Evans accused him of having a 3-year affair with Wallace. He probably was, who was previously her friend. Oh boy, here we go. And he denied the allegation in court. No, that happened after the divorce. Yeah. We just ran into each other at the grocery store and struck up a conversation. You know how it goes. One thing led to another. In February 2022, Grafud filed for a restraining order against Evans. In documents obtained by Page 6, he claimed that Evans repeatedly told me between August 2020 and our separation on January 1st, 2021, that if I left her, she would make false public accusations about me, sell false stories about me to the press, and destroy me and my career. He further alleged that Evans told me verbally multiple times that she would do to me what Amber Turd did to Johnny Depp. He was granted a 3-year restraining order against her in August 2022. But the drama continued. The ex's oldest daughter, Ella, filed for a restraining order against both her father and Wallace in June 2023, though it was denied. See, mommy's got into the daughter's head. Yeah. In July 2024, Evans pled with the Los Angeles Superior Court to order Grafud to pay her more child support and spousal support, alleging that she was on the brink of going broke. While I am struggling to put food on the table for our children, I own is jet-setting around the world, she alleged at court time. I have drained all of my personal savings paying my prior attorneys in this case and paying for my expenses. And look, she's grown accustomed to a Hollywood lifestyle. And he's expected to keep that going, you understand. The funny thing is, it's not just the Fantastic Four connection that it caught my eye, because I do remember, and this was long after the Fantastic Four and all that, but I think it was an episode of that I don't know if TMZ still does a show on television, but they had one when they would go around and they had a couple of quick videos of stars walking around in LA at bars and stuff like that. And there was this guy with his wife, and she was drunk as a skunk and just dropping expletives all over the place. And he's just sitting there with this frozen grin on his face, like, yeah. He's got to bring his drunk wife home. And I was like, oh, that don't look good. Hopefully everything works out. It didn't. So I don't know what went on between them, of course. But, and yeah, I think he did have an affair behind her back. He ends up with that woman afterwards, her friend. But still, you probably can't blame him because he was dealing with this disaster and handful. Yeah. It's hard not to think it. So anyway, there you go. Oh boy, fame and fortune. But in the end, it couldn't keep the marriage together. Everyone knows the Corman version is the best Fantastic Four. Yeah, if only it had the budget so that Johnny Storm could actually be the Human Torch, Bill Telly, I'll ruin your career as he glances over at his one movie poster from a bomb 20 years ago. I think wasn't he in a TV show or something that ran a while? Damn. He was like a time traveler or some shit. I don't know. I can't remember. I guess he's working, Bill Tetley, she said, you'll be lucky if you can get on MLC. Hey, I'll get paid. Anyway, St. Ranger Doug, as I understand it, people broadcasting on YouTube who are monetized can't play a Three Stooges episode from YouTube because of being monetized, but can a person on YouTube not currently monetized? Yeah, well, it wouldn't do anything. It would just get probably a copyright claim, which just means that the particular video that you do with Three Stooges or something like that, stuff that's public domain you can do. Problem is, I've been suspicious there's quite a few fraudsters out there claiming copyright over things that they really don't have. There's some of that Kevin MacLeod music that another name will claim it. And I'm like, that's Kevin MacLeod's, and his music, he puts it in public domain. So things like that keep cropping up here and there. I didn't really care about it because I'm not monetized. But when I get monetized, it's going to be a problem, isn't it? But there's always Super Tip, Super Tip's great. Anyway, but yeah, you can do it. It's not like you're going to get your channel taken down or anything like that. I'm not sure because they're short segments. Yeah, I don't know that. I mean, you could look at clips of Three Stooges. I don't know that you can sit there and watch the whole thing. Now, there's people who've got their channels and they run shows and stuff and movies that, they're really old and they seem to do all right. But I don't know that I doubt that they're able to monetize it unless it's public domain. Then they can. But, beyond that. But a clip here and there, you could do that, I would think. And possibly, that counts as fair use, especially when you're talking over or talking about it and that kind of thing. Then you'd probably be all right with that, and you would keep that particular video could maintain its monetization. Tolkien study. The family law system is absolutely broken in California. Yeah, that's another thing. He's in California, and oh boy, it's going to be tough. Tolkien study. He would make a good Robbie Robertson. You mean from Spider-Man? Robbie Robertson's black. Tolkien study. I absolutely love the Three Stooges. In Boston, every New Year, they had a marathon, and it was the best. Yeah, you just can't go wrong. You're going to be entertained. You can definitely impersonate them. My friends do a Three Stooges impression on YouTube with Curly's grandson. Oh, wow. That's cool. Tolkien study from the band. That's neat, says Saint Raider. It is. It is indeed. Well, there we go. No super tips. Well, I tried. So that's about it. Oh, I got to do my thing here. I wonder if I just, well, I suppose I could just use the share screen thing. That ought to work. There it is. So here's the cover for the upcoming Doodleverse Comics #2. And yes, Karmic made the cover. I mean, how could he not? He's become the new center of Dabbleverse for the moment. Beat out Steel Toe. Steel Toe, you know, his story, I think, pretty much came to an end with the court deal and everything. And the thing about Steel Toe was always all the crazy crap people said about him turned out to be absolutely true. You know, astounding as that is. He's like, oh, all right, maybe that, but come on. Oh my God. Down to the goo. So, of course, it began with Stuttering John. Steel Toe unseated him. Right now, I would say Karmic unseated Steel Toe. And perhaps Karmic's days are waning now. You know, these things happen. But Steel Toe had a good run for a while there, you know. But now he's, you know, the interest is dissipating. And it gets harder to make that goal, you know. So we'll see what happens, you know. But I wonder who could be the next one, you know. You never know. There could be a new star waiting to be born. And then you got your standbys, Chad, you know. So I put him there. There's Steel Toe. There's Matt Mead burning Scarlett's hat, and she's crying about it. There's Melton's head floating around baby Karmic, and Haley floating around as well. And then again, Karmic in the little corner art piece there for the cover. It is 40 pages, and I'll keep you updated when it becomes available for you to purchase. How about your old pal, Mr. Nailsin? And get it in your hands so you can flip through the glorious pages of another Nailsin comic book. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, that's going to be fun. So, oh, wait, did I not put it up there? God. Oh, my God. I'm just screwing up all over the place. So I'm sorry. Geez, how did I miss? It's past my bedtime. I'm supposed to be unconscious by now. My whole schedule's screwed up because I had to do all this errands. It took longer than, you know, the deal. So I apologize. I have to apologize a lot. So here we go again. There's the cover. There we go. There's Karmic. He becomes the cover boy, whatever. There's the floating heads of Melton and Haley. There's Chad Zumach. There's Steel Toe, Scarlett Hampton, and Matt Mead. Featuring your beloved Dabbleverse characters. Oh, boy. They're all in there at some point or another. And again, I will let you know when this becomes available for you to purchase. Oh, boy. Yeah, boy, won't that be something? It'll be like Christmas. Hopefully it'll be available before that. But, yeah. Do you have a PayPal? I do. Here, I'll put the address in the chat. Here we go. So there you go. That's PayPal. Oh, wow. You cover Steel Toe too? Awesome. That whole saga is fascinating. It's been a run, you know, but I don't know. It's kind of waned since then. I mean, I think that was, and especially last Hackamania where they, geez, the messages and everything. Holy crap. And then after that, I know Karmic really took over. Told say, oh, I saw that. Very good drawing. Lots of good artists in the Pat Dixon concern, as Karmic would say. Yeah, yes, the Dixon concern. Tolkien study. Oh, wow, you colored it nice. Well, thank you. Tolkien says, I love it. Mr. Nailsin says, here's my, oh, man, the phone's ringing. I guess I got to take off. Hang on. Let me take care of that. I don't know what the hell that was all about, but I'll worry about it some other time. All right, there we go. Soul, take my money on that. I didn't know you colored it. Oh, yeah. That's what Photoshop can do. It's cool. It's good stuff. All right. That'll have to do it. Damn, I didn't. Yeah, I was going to play one of the video, but there's not enough time. So let me get to my layers. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I can put the little teasers at the end. I'll do that at the end of the theme song. That one, the one with Karmic and Melton, I'll put that in there. And yeah, that'll do it. That'll work. All right. So thanks for watching, and we'll do it again. I don't know, maybe in the night too. I'll that probably make that an art stream. Do that one. Yeah, I got some stuff I need to put color to, and probably do some draw. Where the hell's my theme song? There it is. And do some drawings and stuff like that. It's always, fun and all that good stuff. So, yeah, that'll be the deal. Yeah. All right. Talk to you later.
Just your meat to take a walk down the street while killers be killing and killing and killing and killing. Nailsin News. Ain't nobody gonna know. Do you trust your meat to take a walk down the street while killers be killing and killing and killing and killing? Nailsin News.
And now commentary from our very own Trixie Turner. Trixie?
Doug, wherever you go, there you are. For safe.
Maybe I talked about Melton's skinny jeans splitting down the middle. By the way, that face is perfect. That face is perfect. Hey, Doug. Hey, Doug. That's the new one since we fired Cardiff's kids. Hey, Doug.